the evening news, NASCAR on thin ice after the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301, the problems that were caused during and even before the New Hampshire race. Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton under fire after what he did to cause the Max Verstappen crash and what he did after he won the British Grand Prix. Into the AJ Racing Cup Series. The INDYCAR Series returns after over 3 months without a race. The XPEL 375, again from Texas, top drivers to look for to win that race. We have a lot of news to get tonight, so the evening news is now. We have a lot of news to get to tonight. Hello, I'm Aaron Butler reporting in Charlotte. There are many mixed emotions tonight as NASCAR heads into the Olympic break. This past week's race, the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301, has been under heavy criticism from not only fans, but from top drivers. First, we'll get to why all this is happening in the first place. In the 6th lap of the race, the 18 Toyota of Kyle Busch was leading into turn 1. He spun and hit the wall, receiving damage that would take him out of the race completely. Martin Truex Jr. also received heavy damage as he also hit the wall. And another Joe Gibbs racing car, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, lost grip and spun, nearly missing the wall. Here's what the drivers had to say.
It's raining. Wet, yo.
Trouble into the outside wall.
The track was getting wet. 3 liters all just wrecked.
Yeah, we started the race under a mist. And so yeah, I mean, it never should have went green to begin with. There's no sense in saying what I want to say. It doesn't do you any good.
Is there a way to improve communication maybe so the tower can hear quicker maybe?
That's going to get me in trouble.
Okay, we'll let Kyle go on that.
Things NASCAR knew even before the race started that the track was wet. Reports show that numerous NASCAR officials reported race control that turns 1 and 2 were wet. Also, just reportedly, the tower responded to, quote, "want to go at the line," unquote. Here's what other officials had to say.
Caution car. It's a sprinkle tower, light sprinkle.
To make matters worse, neither Busch or Truex were allowed to drive the backup cars, and that was even if they had them in the haulers. The 3 o'clock race was delayed for 3 hours at a track with no lights at all. The race went on and became an exciting one to watch, especially as darkness was slowly settling over the New Hampshire track. With daylight running out and the track having no lights, NASCAR made the call to have just 10 laps of racing to go. In an upset, ARIC ALMIROLA took the checkered flag, not only scrambling the playoffs but getting his 3rd career win and his 1st since 2018. The Cup Series returns in 2 weeks at Watkins Glen International in New York. Also this past weekend, Formula One raced the British Grand Prix. Just on the first lap of the race, Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton and Red Bull driver Max Verstappen battled throughout the circuit. Then into the turn, Hamilton didn't complete the apex and made contact with the right rear of Verstappen, sending the Red Bull driver into the tire barrier and then to the hospital for precautionary treatment. Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc had a strong day as well, but Lewis Hamilton overtook him and went on to win the Grand Prix to get his 99th career Grand Prix win. Now, as facing backlash from fans, viewers watching that race along with followers of Formula One have expressed not only their feelings of disappointment, but even disgust at Hamilton's actions that led to the crash and celebrations after the win. Hamilton has also said over the radio that he was fully in front of the Red Bull car. That isn't true at all. Hamilton wasn't even clear of the car from in front or behind.
Let's know what you need. Just turned in on me.
Matters worse, it seemed as if Lewis was not going to be apologizing for anything fans had claimed he did wrong.
I just don't feel like he needs to be as aggressive as he is. And, we're going down to turn 6 and there's bumping wheels with me, and but it's cool because there's footage of old Formula 1 great drivers bumping.
Now, following the race, both Mercedes and Red Bull racing teams released statements condemning the racism Lewis Hamilton was facing after the incident. Verstappen was released from the hospital with no serious injuries. It's been 3 whole months since the last race in the AJ Racing Cup Series, but INDYCAR is the first to return in 2 weeks. The Open Wheel Series is set to race the XPEL 375 at Texas once again. The number 66 is Fernando Alonso in the first race of the season, and as we've seen throughout the practice sessions, he looks even better. Now, another driver who has improved in the last race is Robert Wickens. Now, although he crashed and even flipped upside down in the second lap of the Genesis 300, Wickens says he's feeling a lot better about not only racing again, but racing at Texas Motor Speedway again. The Hot Wheels assembly of cars, though, look off the pace, and if they don't fix whatever's wrong with the cars or let alone figure out what the problem or even problems are, next race is going to feel a lot longer than what it really is. Well, thank you for joining us tonight on the AJ News Network. For more news, schedules, and previous videos, visit the AJ Racing website, which is on screen now and in the comments, descriptions of every video on the channel, and the About page of this channel. Again, the next race in 2 weeks is the INDYCAR Series XPEL 375 from Texas, and 2 weeks after that, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to round 2 of the playoffs at Daytona for the Cokes and Sugar 400. I'm Butler. Good night from Charlotte.